One of the fastest growing styles of roofing that many homeowners are now considering is metal roofing. It offers rustic beauty, unmatched durability, and as we found out on this project, a number of green attributes for a green certified home. So let's head out to the job site to see why these homeowners opted for a metal roof on their new rebuilt home.
Well, Stu, what we have here is a beautiful home, downtown Minneapolis. They've chosen our metal roofing to go on it.
Okay, as I look around, it's a well-established neighborhood. Would this be considered new construction or is it a major remodel?
What they actually did is tore the old house down to the foundation, added on to their existing foundation to make it a little bit higher up for the basement, and have been using a lot of the materials from the home they tore down to build what you see here today.
So really, you'd consider it to be a green-built home?
That's exactly what they're doing. This is actually going to be a green certified home, and that's why they're putting the metal roofing on. There's lots of things about the metal roofing that have different green attributes. One, it's made out of 100% recyclable material, the steel. Two, the Kynar finish that we put on here has a very high reflectivity and a very low emissivity, and what that means to you is going to be lower cooling costs in the summertime, anywhere from 20 to 40%.
Okay, so that's a couple of them. What about the longevity of the product as well? As I understand it, metal roofs can last upwards of 50 years.
Absolutely. This actually has a 50-year warranty on the metal, 35-year warranty on the finish. Worst case scenario, you're going to have to paint it between 35 and 50 years. You're never going to have to take that roof off and replace it.
Well, it sounds like a great product, a lot of peace of mind for the homeowner and just in good conscience using steel. What do you say we head around back and learn more about the manufacturing process?
Sounds great.
So this is where the fabrication takes place.
This is where it all happens, Stu. Basically, any size panel, we can make it right here on the job site, so it's custom fit to your home.
Wow, how long a piece can you actually take?
We've done pieces over 150 feet long. On this particular house, we're not going to have to go over 25 feet, but if you need it to go 200 feet, we'll make it happen.
So what is the big advantage to having long panels like this? Is it that you actually get a seamless product at the end?
Just like with our leaf guard gutters, with our steel siding, and our roofing, anytime you can get rid of a seam, you do it, because anytime there's a seam, water's going to infiltrate that area and lead to problems.
Even on a roof that's slanted down, I suppose you could get a wind-driven rain that would work its way up underneath the seam.
Wind-driven rain, or the wintertime, a flatter part roof, snow sits on there, water's going to find its way into those cracks, and you're going to lead nothing but problems.
Well, you know, as I look at this, it appears to be pretty heavy gauge steel that's on here. Is it available in different weights?
It is available in different weights. We always go with the 24 gauge steel. It's the thickest you can get. This particular machine can run even 30% thinner material, but we always go with the 24 gauge because steel roofing is going to be a product that's going to be here for a long time. And if you can take those extra steps to improve longevity, you always do that.
Now, is there much maintenance for the homeowner once it's installed?
On this particular roof, no maintenance whatsoever. Worst case scenario, 50 years down the road, you have to paint it. But you're not going to be up there shoveling on ice dams because it's going to let that shed. You're not going to have to worry about algae growth or anything like that in your roof. 100% maintenance free.
You know, one thing that I really like about what the homeowners did here is they matched the color of it up with their windows.
This particular project, they wanted a color that's going to match the nice Marvin windows they put in here, and we had it. One of our standard colors is the dark bronze. Comes real close to that color. But if you have something that isn't one of our standard colors, you bring in a paint chip to us, we'll send it off to our factory and have our material custom painted to whatever color you choose.
When you're replacing a roof, why not think of the future? And if you get a product that can last at least 50 years, why not do it? Let's go around front here and see the installation process.
Sounds good.
Andy, up here on a roof, we can get a good close-up look at the installation process. Maybe you could walk us through that. And does it really differ much from other types of roofing?
You know, it's different, but in a lot of ways it's similar. You know, we were talking a lot of different projects. It's about the detail areas and the underlayment that goes underneath these products. And just like an ordinary asphalt roof, we go with our 30-pound weight felt and 2 rows of ice and water shield here.
Okay, and the first thing I noticed is that you brought the 30-pound felt right over top of the ice and water shield. Why is that?
Well, the ice and water shield has a tendency to stick to the steel. When it actually adheres to the steel, when the steel wants to expand and contract, you're going to start to get the oil canning, and this is going to cut away from the oil canning, just like the clip you're holding in your hand there does.
Sure.
That's that floating clip I was telling you about. Actually screws to the roof so the clip stays in one spot, but allows the panel to move. We're only talking about an 1/8 to a 1/16 of an inch of movement here, but that slight movement, if the panel can't move, you're going to get that rippling on there and really makes for a poor looking roof.
Okay, and so what really holds it down are these clips, and it allows for the movement there that's inevitably going to happen. Another thing that I noticed is you actually have metal in the valleys here.
You know, when we order our metal roofing, we actually get sheets, 4x10 sheets of the actual material. So in our valley areas, we go up 10 feet, 2 feet on each side, underneath where the actual valley is, and we talk about how water can find the smallest hole opening and actually penetrate it. This is one of those detail areas. We actually have a second line of defense. Should water get behind the valley, it's got to go underneath that one piece of steel, and you know that can't happen.
Boy, you know, to me, there's no substitute for an experienced contractor, and that's a perfect case in point of doubling up in a valley, a vulnerable area, and just taking the extra precaution that if the water ever does penetrate it, it's not going to leak into the home. Okay, so the clips are what hold it down on the right side. What about on the left side of the panel itself? What's holding it in place?
They're actually snapping the new panel on over there, so it goes right over the top of these clips. That way you have absolutely no exposed fasteners.
So again, when we talk about a seamless situation, this is really truly seamless because even the fasteners are being hidden by the next panel.
Exactly.
Well, I appreciate you coming on today's show. I think it's a great product, a green product, environmentally friendly, and I appreciate you taking us through your family of products that complement it.
Not a problem.
Now here are some key points to help summarize today's show. If you're tired of painting the wood siding on your home or looking for a high quality upgrade, consider seamless steel siding. It offers the natural look of wood without all the dreaded maintenance. Next, work with a professional that's experienced with installing steel siding and fully explains how the surface will be prepared prior to the new siding being installed. And finally, if you're looking for a totally maintenance-free exterior, consider a metal roof. It offers a number of green attributes and will likely be the last roof you ever have to put on your home. Well, we're all out of time for this week's show. Hope you've enjoyed it. We'll see you again next time on today's Home Remodeling.